Hey everyone, it is me, Hallease, endeavoring to persevere. As always, if you are new here, I make videos about my chaotic good life. Subscribe, follow, social media. So in this video, it is actually another pop and parlay. I'm like way overdue. Haven't done a pop and parlay in a minute. It's been a while. If you're new here, which some of you are because we hit 30K, we got us to 30K. Thank you. Pop and parlay is something I started this year where I would just kind of sit and go through and pop and separate my locks. And while I do that, just kind of chat with y'all, just kind of hang out. We're just chilling. I'm not quite sure what I want this pop and parlay to be about, full disclosure. What this pop and parlay should be about is just a sabbatical update on how that's going. So backtrack again. For the year 2020, I had set aside money from my production company that I run to take 6 months away from doing traditional production work, essentially not try to get any new clients, and take the first half of the year 2020 to be on here and try to be consistent on here and see what that meant and see if I could grow. I actually had a goal this year, and I still do. I have a goal this year to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But that's why hitting 30K is a really big deal. Again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. It really does mean the world to me, especially now. Like, oh my God. Yeah, I really wanted to grow the channel, and the reason why I picked 100K is not necessarily because I think I'll actually hit it by the end of the year. I knew that if I gave myself a ridiculous thing, then I would try a lot more, and wherever I land by the end of the year, it'll feel really good. I wanted to do more of an academic sabbatical, if you will. I really wanted to grow my cinematography skills. I really wanted to create a space and environment for myself to really get better at filming and lighting and all of that. I felt like I had started to get a little rusty because I was so focused with the production company of the producing side of things. I didn't really get to touch a camera that much. I really wanted to get back into cinematography and just expressing myself through the moving picture. And I really wanted to really focus on my storytelling as well. And so this sabbatical has been really great in that regard. I feel like I have put out some really great films here on this channel, and I go back and watch them and I'm like, dang, my lighting's good, the story's flowing. I've really incorporated all of the skills that I've learned over the years with this film degree that for some reason my parents paid for, praise God. On the sort of productivity side of it too, I've really figured out what it means to be a full-time YouTuber, figuring out a production schedule in this medium, you know, figuring out what an editing schedule is for in this realm when it's just me doing all the roles, and being good with that and actually really liking it and developing that workflow and tweaking the workflow, figuring out what consistency is for me on this platform for y'all and for y'all too. Yeah, I figured out that sort of 6 videos-ish a month is really good. It's consistent enough, but also not overwhelming. The flip side of that is originally my sabbatical was only supposed to be until now, until May. My original plan was to now begin to look for traditional client work, traditional production work for Stumblewell, and get back into that side of running the business. The rest of the world took a sabbatical with me, so that ended up freaking me out a lot. What we finna do? Because obviously production is slowly beginning to happen, but it's just not something you can really rely on right now because the very nature of production is to be in close proximity with other people that you haven't had a lot of interaction with. And so the social distancing thing, it just doesn't lend itself well to that. And I'm not in a rush to put either myself at risk or potentially other people at risk, especially since my husband is a nurse and works at a clinic. So his risk of catching it is very low. Even in this clinic setting, it's low, but he is still at a higher risk. So I personally have just been really trying to stay away from most people in general. But I ended up doing a video about this on the channel as well. I applied for the PPP through my production company and got it. So we're good. Stumblewell is good until about October. And then we have to figure something out again. It's been interesting because I took the sabbatical to see what it would be like to focus on this and do this full time and try to grow this. And it's happening and it's great. It's really great, but it's a timing thing now. So I've been able to get a few brand deals, which is cool, but I would not say that that is at a level yet where I feel confident and can like budget with that income in mind. It's not there yet. I think realistically, it probably won't be there until about next year, maybe this time next year, so a year from now. But I'm really grateful because the fact that brands are starting to notice me and starting to, you know, feel like I am a good fit, we all are a good fit, and we're all just a good fit for them, is really cool, and that's helping the company. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, brands that have reached out. Thank you so much. Sitting through the ads, I know it sucks. And if today ain't the day to sit through an ad, that's fine, but it's cool. But if you can sit through an ad, that really helps. Thank you. Anyway, that's a long intro. Let's get into my hair, right? So yeah, you know, we're gonna pop and separate. The way I do this is I usually start in the center of my head, and I usually start by just kind of running my fingers down my locks and beginning to kind of separate them. I tried Prose. So I've been washing my hair with Prose actually for the last month or two. It's been about 2 months. Yeah, because right when I got Prose, we started all the social distancing stuff. Yeah. So it's been about 2 months. I've been using Prose, and it's because I gave into an ad, #NotSpawn. It's just the ads get to me too. And the thing about Prose is that they basically formulate a shampoo for your hair specifically. You go to the website and you take a quiz about your hair, its density, its porosity, and they ask it in a way where you don't actually need to know those terms to get a good result. And so I took the quiz, but I kept in mind, keep in mind my hair is locked. So I did kind of alter my answers to questions based on my own hair knowledge and locking and what locking does to your hair. So there were questions around conditioning and things like that, and I basically skewed those answers to make sure that they didn't put too many conditioning agents in there, and to sort of prevent buildup essentially. I hate how much I like this shampoo. When it all was said and done, this shampoo cost like $25 plus shipping. And y'all gotta understand, I come from Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle shampoo land. I come from the land of Head and Shoulders. So for me, $25 on a shampoo is just like, my scalp hasn't had any rebound issues. Like I haven't had to switch back to Head and Shoulders because I had a flare up or something like that. So it's very like, I guess I'll buy this now and forever. You got me, Prose, you got me. So now I went and I separated all of them, right? So now I'm just gonna go on this side and start to just pull them apart. So yeah, I've been using Prose and I like it. And I hate how much I like it because I'm cheap and I don't wanna pay this much for shampoo. But I will say that I've had it now for 2 months, and even with more consistent washing, because I'm working out 6 days a week now, the Chloe Ting challenge video that I did, that really jump-started it for me and got me back on the wagon with working out consistently. Plus you're home, I'm just home. So it's just, I'm a stay at home now. And I've barely gone through half of it. So, I'm trying to be okay with potentially just spending the money for the shampoo because I really like it. I hate how much I like it, y'all. Like, I hate. Don't you hate it when you try the better product or whatever? And you're just like, but I want to pay for it, but it works. It's the worst. It's the worst. Shifting to hair, my locks turned 4. Didn't make no kind of lockiversary video, nothing. Sorry, y'all. The thing that has been interesting is that with my first set, around this time was when, and I made a video about this too, around this time was when I started experiencing thinning ends, like down here, about 1.5 inches up. I would experience these thinning ends, and that really like turned me off with my first set. And I think I ended up trying to trim them and do this and that. It was a mess. with this set, and the reason why that happened with the first set was because like a year into my locks, I would use a rubber band to hold them back. Oh my gosh, I was so dumb. Anyway, and so the damage that that rubber band had done to my locks, I didn't see it until 3-4 years in. Like, it didn't present itself until that time. And so I'm actually kind of going through that again with this set. And I think last year I made a video about that. Like, do I have terminal length? Is terminal length a thing when you have locks? Because I was kind of like, really? This is happening again when I'm so much more natural with the regimen, you know? And I think what has happened, I'm now moving to the other side. I think what has happened is that, so when I started this set with 2-strand twists, and then to maintain, while it was going through its budding phase and transforming phase, to maintain, because I still needed to wash my hair. I can't be going a month without washing my hair. I know some of y'all can just marathon not wash. I am not one of them. To maintain my locks, I was just interlocking, so that way the locks wouldn't come undone when I would shampoo. And I would interlock like once a month. And you can go back, I have a whole playlist. You can actually see month to month how my locks transformed in the beginning, the first year. But I did that, and I think now, 4 years later, right, that I think my hair doesn't like being interlocked, but I didn't actually get to see how that was messing with it until now. Because all of the edges, and here's one right here with a piece of lint, wow. Get used to lint if you have locks, y'all. It's just kind of the name of the game. But this one, I'll do a close-up. About 1.5 inches up. They're doing that thing again where they're kind of thin out. And I think what the issue was the interlocking. I think that's what happened. And now I basically, oh, here's another one. And now essentially what I have to do is just kind of let that run its course, you know, let either those ends fall off naturally, or I try to salvage them, tie some knots, or I've also been playing around with the sort of instant lock method where you use a crochet hook. So I'll kind of bend them together and then crochet it together, to try to salvage it so I don't end up with locks in so many different lengths and stuff. But that's been something that's kind of annoying, but again, kind of part of the process with having locks. And that's why a lot of y'all will send me questions, and I'm very hesitant to answer, because here's the thing, you can think you're doing something that's perfectly fine, not messing your hair up at all, and you won't know that that's what messed it up, or it's done damage. You won't know that it's actually done something bad until 3, 4, 5 years later. Like, that's the thing about locks, and that's actually one of the reasons why I combed out my first set, was because I was realizing, man, I don't know my hair well enough on its own, never mind it in this lock state, to make decisions that can help it. And so let me actually learn my hair texture. Let me actually learn what my hair likes and does not like, then lock it. So I minimize these sort of long-term things that happen that I could have easily avoided. So that's something that's happening. Frustrating, but like, whatever, you know, that's life. That is life. Getting back to the sabbatical, the other thing I want to talk about too is that, like, money. I want to talk about the money aspect of this, because I remember when I was talking about the sabbatical before, a lot of y'all had talked about potentially wanting to take one eventually. You know, now obviously the world is different now, so, you know, on that, but I still think it'd probably be good to just talk about it a little bit more, so that way you have it. You have this information, take from it what you will. For me, right now, as a YouTuber, I am not making enough from the different YouTuber revenue streams, if you will, to technically be able to do this indefinitely. Not yet. Growing, though, so it's really good. And I'm just want to be a little candid about the numbers. I had wanted to make this into like a full-fledged epic, here are my revenue streams video, which I might still do, but for now, I just do this informal one, you know? And it's kind of buried deep in the video, so if you catch it, you catch it. Again, I have the PPP, so that's cool. So that is doing a great amount of supplementation into this business and keeping the business afloat. But my revenue streams are as follows. So with YouTube AdSense right now, as y'all know, I'm at 30K, which is awesome sauce. Thank you again. And I'm averaging right now a little under $500 a month from YouTube AdSense alone. And that's really cool. The second revenue stream that I have is Patreon. Patreon.com/Hallease. And there you get early access to videos as well as private weekly vlogs from me. And that has been amazing. Patreon is amazing. Y'all are amazing. My Patreon number is visible because I just feel like it should be. Transparency, you know what I'm saying? So my number for Patreon is a little under $500 a month. And that's great. And Patreon is something that I feel like is way more, from a creator perspective, Patreon is just way more reliable. You can easily kind of tell if people are dropping off or joining, and just the community too, engagement is really great. I get a lot of insight and a lot of great just back and forth with the Patreon community that I have. So Patreon's been truly a blessing during this time. It's been really cool. And then affiliate stuff. So if you buy something and you like it, and you use my link to do it, I usually get some kind of kickback from that. The biggest one is the Amazon one. That's the one that a lot of people use. I am not good at affiliate links because I am cheap. So the products I put in like my kit that is in the description box, a lot of that stuff is very inexpensive stuff, but it's stuff that I'm actually using. So it's an authentic way to share. Yeah, here's what I used. If you buy it, I get a little something at no extra cost to you. But I don't make very much money from it. I am consistently, especially I think now because people are shopping online more because they have to, I consistently make about $50 a month from Amazon affiliate links. Maybe that. Because y'all aren't going on there and like buying a Sony camera or something crazy expensive. So, you know, I put stuff on there like, I don't even know. I remember when I was talking about instant locks and I showed you my crochet hook. I put that on there. It was an affiliate link. But the crochet hook itself is like $7. So, you know, I'm going to get like 10 cents from that. You know what I'm saying? It's very small, very, very low conversion compared to someone like, I don't know, Peter McKinnon or Sarah Dietschy, who maybe reviews a MacBook Pro that's $4,000 or something crazy, then yeah, their affiliate for that is going to be way higher. And people are going to them to review these higher end products because they're already probably going to buy it anyway. So it's just a different thing. So affiliates are not really something for me at this point in my career here on this channel. So that is pretty much how I am making any sort of income revenue during this time. And again, I'm grateful because I'm grateful that I'm making anything at all. Now you know how much I make. There you go. I just like, you know, it's always taboo talking about money, and I kind of don't understand why a little bit. Because then if people don't know, then they don't know. I don't know. If you're interested to see Stumble Well and how I was budgeting with Stumble Well, my production company, last year for 2019, the company did really well last year. Made $120,000, grossed $120,000 last year. It was really amazing. We had such a good year last year. So proud of that. And so I made a video showing how to build sort of a budget spreadsheet. And in it, I also talk about my salary that I paid myself from the company. And that salary, more or less, is still accurate. It's just, you know, the first thing that'll happen come October is that I'll like slash my salary in half and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I just transparency is just, it's just easier. I don't feel like dancing around to say, oh, I don't want to tell them about that. And it's just know everything so I can just live. Right now I'm just putting a little bit of olive oil into my locks to condition them. I don't know why I'm on an olive oil kick right now. I think it's because I watched Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat on Netflix, and there was a whole little section about olive oil in there and how great it is. That's true, it is. But here in America, we don't really be artisanal with the olive oil. So, I mean, I'm sure there are places that are artisanal with it here in the United States, but it's not the same like in Europe. where everybody be taking the olive oil seriously. It's serious. My hair really seems to like olive oil right now. Usually I use a lighter oil like an apricot. I think in a past video I was doing a amla, I think. I still have that amla oil. I'm using it on my face, but not really on my hair anymore. And I don't put the olive oil on my scalp. I don't put any oils on my scalp. I just put it on the shafts of my hair as a way to seal in the moisture, because my hair is about 60% damp right now. And so this will be just a nice way to seal in that moisture. There we go. Nice. Nice. Again, patreon.com/Hallease if you're interested. Early access to videos, private weekly vlogs. Check it out if the spirit moves you. I'm Hallease. Thanks for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. I am Hallease, and I will see you when I see you.